What is popping,
What's
y'all?
poppin'? Hey,
We
it's your
are
girl,
back.
Lady Free,
We are right back,
right
y'all.
back in the building.
We in the place tonight,
That's
y'all.
right. That's right.
Last week, we had a continuation outside of the conversation that we had on live.
It was hot.
It definitely was hot, y'all. But we
That's
back.
right.
We back with another episode of Shift Real Talk TV.
Shift Real Talk Tuesdays.
Tuesdays we live in effect, man.
That's right.
And we just thank y'all. First of all, just we want to acknowledge those who celebrated, yesterday's holiday, Memorial Day. Remember our troops,
That's right.
our veterans who served the U.S., man. And, we just want to give you a good shout out.
Good shout out.
And, we here, man. So, today's topic, y'all, it's really, a lot of times when you have a conversation with your mate, your partner, your friend, your best friend, or whatever, being from two backgrounds and being from two different mindsets, sometimes you hear differently from what's being said.
Right.
You hear differently from what's being said. So today we wanted to make that an episode today. There was some things that, that me and my wife actually been going through.
Oh, my.
And, just what we hear is definitely different from what is betrayed or what is
being said,
what's
right.
being said. So
The topic for today is, what did you hear me say? So that's what we're going to talk about today. What did you hear me say?
Yes, and those of you who chime in, if you got some things that, you got some issues or something like that you want to talk about or, put online or put on the chat, we'll deal with we hear you say as well. So,
we want to hear what you think you heard being said. So,
yes.
Like Pastor Jay said, today's hot topic, we just talk. It's that thing of, look, we need to talk, and then once you actually have the conversation, it's like, what did you hear me say? Because sometimes what we hear is different. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and start. I'm gonna follow your lead.
Something wrong.
See, stuff like
something
that.
wrong.
Stuff like that.
I heard you say you're gonna follow me today.
Right.
Normally you taking the lead and then want to turn around and. But you can give me the lead today.
You heard correctly.
Well, okay. Well, we're gonna jump right in, y'all. Because sometimes when we get into conversation, the hours goes fast. So
yeah, Robin is on the line. Hello, Robin.
Robin
Holmes.
Hey,
see,
Robin.
Too much.
Hey, Robin.
Okay,
girl, I miss you, sis. Hope pray all is well. So listen, for real, all right. Here's an issue, right? Me and my wife been married for about 7 years now.
Going on 7 years.
Going on 7 years.
Right.
So, wow, it's been 7 years.
We're being real transparent tonight too.
So, and we letting y'all in us too.
Yeah.
This is what we do. I mean, because this helps us as well as we talk about it. So, but yeah. So, what did you hear? So, me and my wife, we've been married for 7 years, and lately, I've been having to work a lot. I mean, it's been very tiresome on my body. I can admit some days, I don't come in and I'm too sleepy to turn over because when I turn over, she ready. She ready like a rabbit. She ready. But I just been tired. You know what I mean? I really been tired. So she said to me the other day, hey, I'm touching you and all of that, stuff like that. What's going on? And I said, I'm tired. So I want to know from my wife, what did you hear when I said I'm tired? What did you hear?
Okay, so
what did you hear?
If I can speak, permission to speak freely.
Oh, I want you to speak. Come on.
So basically, at the end of the day, when I hear you say something, it's not just that one thing I hear you say. I also look at your actions as well. So my hearing is a part of my sight. I heard you say, no, I said permission to speak freely.
I just shook my head. I didn't say nothing.
I heard you say, I've been tired.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see you do is everything else but be tired. So for a woman in a relationship, in a marriage, in a situationship, doesn't matter. When a woman feels like it was go time, all the time, then all of a sudden I'm too tired. And it's not just a one day I'm too tired. It's a I'm too tired. It was just when a woman brings something up, it's not because that's the first time that the issue was a problem. It's just that that's the first time she decided to bring it up. So I heard you say you was tired, but I also see you on your phone playing games, or you on your phone watching YouTube when you could be giving me time.
The question was...
No, I said permission to speak. What
Okay.
I say, freely.
Okay.
Lady, freely.
Okay.
Thank you.
You didn't answer the question yet.
That
though.
is my answer.
What did you hear?
I heard you say the words, I be tired.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see you do is everything you want to do outside of giving me the attention that I am looking for, because as you know, my love language is quality time. And the Bible says husbands love your wives.
So, again,
So there you have it, folks.
that's what she heard.
That's what I heard.
And that was her perspective. And
Right.
listen,
Am I wrong?
and I respect your perspective.
Come on, talk to me about that. Because as
put-
women, we need to know.
Okay, wait a minute. You gonna let me talk now? You still speaking freely? I want you to get it out
Okay.
now.
Period.
Don't let me in. Don't let me
Period.
cut you off. I really don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to hear something else.
Oh, please. Go ahead, though. Seriously.
So with all due respect,
Right. Because it is due.
with all due respect, listen. It's just so fortunate. It's been fortunate that I am the sole provider of my household.
Right.
The sole provider.
Said it's fortunate.
It's just fortunate. You know,
Right,
some
okay.
some women piece bills together. Some women, I got an echo. Some women, they piece stuff together. I mean, you ain't not piece it together, but they piece the bills. I happen to be the one that takes care of everything.
Hold
I
on.
know.
Hold on 1 second. For our sound people, we have an echo in the mics. Yeah. It's still an echo.
Yeah, it's a big echo.
Ooh.
I don't know if they hear the echo out there.
But we hear it in here.
Okay. Do y'all hear echo out there?
If you hear an echo, just put up there a thumbs
Okay,
up.
better. All right, we
Okay.
hear better.
Yeah, that's
so
better.
so it's just fortunate, like I was saying, I'm sorry, y'all, that I happen to be the sole provider in this economy of today's time, because the water is $50 right now. On top of gas being $900 a gallon.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So I work literally, like I work 7 days a week. You know, I mean, I work 7 days a week profusely. 7 days a week.
you don't work
Profusely.
You don't work that.
I happen to be I own, hold my own business, and I'm a musician. So every day I'm getting up from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 p.m. Sometimes 8, 9 p.m. Sometimes. So yeah. So my
Don't act
days.
like this.
Hold on. I am freely
Okay,
speaking now. Thank
okay,
you.
go ahead.
So I work. I mean, literally, like my body is tired.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm on my phone, it ain't that. It's just really that I'm checking messages for my next day, or or what's going on next day, and I may go on Facebook and check the messages or what's going on there, and then, but what that does for me is it actually allows me to relax my body so that I can get some rest.
Right.
That's what it
okay.
does. So because that's what I be needing.
That's fine.
So
But
when I say
you're
that I'm
married-
tired, well, hold on. Again,
Okay.
there you go.
right,
All
I'm
due
trying
respect
to-
was given to
I'm
you,
trying to let you have it. To the
and you
period.
freely spoke, and I gave it to
You're
you.
correct.
Now she want to control my conversation, so you can't hear me if you talking over me. Hallelujah.
You're right.
So again, I have told her. Now my wife know, and I understand, because I'm Jackrabbit myself. I want to be with her every day. And for 7 years, I think I have been with her every single day. And the only time that we don't have relations, for some of you
Don't.
say
I'm trying to finish. I'm
Look,
trying
look,
to let you finish.
for some of the, it really because either she's snoring or I'm snoring, or who goes to snore first. So, but look, that's an understanding. That's, hey, you're tired tonight. You know what I'm saying? But me, lately, I've just been tired. So when I said that I was tired, I really meant that. And she took that I don't know. She
I
wouldn't
took
know.
it like I just said. What did you hear me say? I heard you say you were tired. Now, the thing about that is, if we could be real clear, like I said before, when a woman says something, it's not because it's the first time that it's happened. It's because it has become a problem. Especially, let's just be clear, a woman like me. I'm not argumentative. I'm not all about that. I'm an adult. And I feel like that if I say it, we can have an adult conversation about it and let that be the reason. That's just me. So if I bring it up, that means that it's a repetitive action and it's something that needs to be addressed. And that's the reason why I'm bringing it up. And that's another thing. Like when it's brought up, it should be heard and heard from a standpoint of, okay, this must be something, especially if you have an argumentative person in your life, then okay, I get it. But when you have a person in your life that is not argumentative like that, then that should be something, okay, this must be something that is really bothering her. Let me go ahead. Let's discuss it like two adults and handle it and put a resolve to it. Don't just let it linger.
Now, I understand. Like I said, I hear how she feels.
Right.
But again, that's how she feels. And feelings are chemically imbalanced emotions.
No.
Imbalanced.
No, because listen.
Well, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I need you, because again, you can't force how you feel on what I'm telling you it is. Because if I say this is what it is, this is what it is. There is no, that's why I said you can hear what you hear. And I mean, I can't say you can hear what you hear, but you can feel how you feel. And I promise you, I respect how you feel. I don't negate how you feel.
How many times, and we're going to keep going on, but I want to say this as well. Robin says, if it's a pattern, it's a problem. And I agree.
It's not a long pattern.
You have to hear.
It's not a long pattern,
okay,
as they say in Atlanta. It's not a long pattern.
If you hear your wife say something about something, especially if she's not the type that's constantly fussing about everything, then just understand that it's become a pattern. Therefore, now it's before it becomes a problem.
If it's a problem, then to me, there's a lack of consideration.
What do you mean by that?
Again, my wife has the luxury. She has the luxury, and I call it a luxury because I don't have that luxury. She has the luxury to rest. She has the luxury to get up when she feel like it, and she has the luxury to go to sleep when she feels like it.
Problem.
It's not.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Because if you're gonna go and say it's a problem, let's be real here.
Because
you have that luxury.
But what did you?
I don't.
So what did you hear me say?
I heard you say, I don't care about how sleepy you are. Give me my quality time.
That's why they said men are from Mars. And
that's what I'm hearing you say consistently. And if Robin, you agree with that, you say the same thing.
No, but I need you to open your ears. I need you to open your ears because that is not what I said.
Okay, so here's another.
Because if I ever said to you, I don't care how you feel, then that is a lie from the pits of Beelzebub.
If you say,
ain't in it.
No. If you say, listen, no matter what, this has been going on. Your tiredness has been going on for quite some time, and quite some time ain't been years. It ain't been that way because I've been able to withstand the fact that I've been doing this 7 years of our marriage.
Not the whole 7 years.
Okay,
Not
6.5. 6.5.
And you know what? Let me tell you what I hear. This is good.
6.5. So after 6.5 years of working every day, taking care of this young lady here that I love. Oh God, I'm not complaining, but I take care of her.
Let me just. Okay.
I take very good care of her.
We'll discuss that when we get home. But let me just say this: you do work. Yes, you do. You work.
How much do I work?
You work. You work.
How much do I work?
You work at the barbershop and you a musician at church. So you work quite a bit. Let's just put it like that.
How many days is that a week?
And with that being said, I do understand and respect that you work. However,
thank you.
Don't act like that. Don't act like that because whenever I try to get employment, what do you say to me? What do you say to me? Babe, I don't want you to work. I need you to do. Come on.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Let's not.
Let's go back.
And then let's not be on one side and then on the other.
Kim, what's up, man? Girl, sis.
Because
Kim, I need your help.
At the end of
the day,
I
better be careful with Kim because she's gonna jump on the women's side.
No, she's not. Kim is gonna be honest. Women, we're honest. We're honest. So basically, let's go to the next one because that's not a conversation.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Here's another one. So after working long, hard hours,
like I said, this is.
Wait a minute.
This is the
I'm
issue
giving
right
you.
here.
I'm giving up. What did you hear?
New. Okay, come on.
So I'm working long hours.
Long hours. Okay, I got you.
I'm coming home.
I'm gonna put a remedy to this.
I am coming home,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I come home,
Right.
and I just say, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna give you the greeting. Can you give me a minute? Can you just give me a minute
And what?
to unwind? Just give me a minute to unwind."
I think
What did you hear?
I think you. Okay, so first of all,
What did you hear?
First of all, I just heard somebody else talking, not my husband. Because listen,
That's a good question. That is a good. The good topic. Today's topic is what did you hear? So I'm giving scenarios,
Right.
and want to see what my wife heard.
and that's good.
What's up, Dad?
Thank you, Dad.
Good.
I'm
A
glad
man
that-
on the line. I want.
That's right. Okay, so first of all, the fact that you work, like I said, is awesome. Now, when I was working, the complaint was, I don't have enough time for you. However, wait. Oh, don't even. However, when I did say I was tired, guess what I still did? I made sure you were good. And this is not about just the fact that, oh, well, if my wife touched me and I say I'm tired, that is so not it. Because my love language is not physical touch.
Kim.
My love language is quality time.
Okay, hold on. Let me get Kim involved.
Wait, you got to let me finish what I'm saying. So therefore, when I hear you say certain things, I hear those things, but I've always been the person to say talk is cheap. Actions speak. That's how I feel about it. So although you may be tired, case in point, the reason why we came up with the conversation about this whole thing in the first place, because Jesse and I had to have us we've been married for almost 7 years, and I feel like that sometimes the marriage kind of like gets into a moment of comfortability, and I've never wanted a marriage like that. I've always wanted a marriage where I felt like that we enjoyed each other, tired or not.
The question is, baby.
No. So it's been plenty of times where I was tired myself, but I did not say, oh, I'm too tired or I got a headache. I've had headaches, and I still gave you your time. So that's the bottom line.
But understanding this, if you were tired, I understood. I did not. I understood. And if that was the case, I made it a point with saying, okay, look, let me create a whole nother time or a whole nother situation where it's just me and you. So like on Sundays when you weren't busy, because you still went to work on Sunday evenings, you went to work.
Well,
and then too, you said I didn't want to work. I told you to go back to that job, and you said no, I ain't going back there. So
maybe it wasn't that job.
Hey, well, listen. Well, look. Okay, so the point is, look.
All I'm saying
what we're talking about again, for those of you who are just chiming in.
We're talking about
because men and women have two different perspectives.
Right.
A lot of times, what you say or what you do, it can speaks something different from what you truly heard yourself.
Yes, or what's actually going on.
So what I'm doing is, because this is what me and my wife have been dealing. Trust me, when we talk about it, we deal with this. And I don't mind,
because this is a moment in our marriage. I feel like that we've been together right now for this period of time, and sometimes you can get caught up into a moment where it feels like you just kind of on autopilot and you just going along to get along, or you're existing. So sometimes, this is new for us. So
and two, the reason why we talk about this, because honestly, it helps other people. Because I've seen people who've been married 20 years, 25 years, been together 20 years, 25 years, and after 20 years, they like, I'm done.
And
I
if
can't
it's
take
real
it no
talk,
more.
we can't just talk when things are good. We have to make sure we talk also when it's real for us as well. So if I was able to say so your perspective was, I tried to touch on you. You said I'm tired. You made it sound so cut, dry, and simple. But that wasn't what the issue was. The whole thing was my conversation was about, it seems like I lost my friend. Cause wait, no sir, absolutely not. You will not cut me off right now. And that's what I said, because we talked all the time. We laughed a lot. We had our relationship was, we were best friends. We hung out. When people saw, wait.
I'm gonna know when the best where I went.
That's what I wanted to know. But anyway, wait, because that's what I heard by what I see. And the whole thing was, I'm talking about constant. Like, we reassured each other. It was that thing of, I'm always looking at him like, oh my God, like, and he was do that same thing. It doesn't take energy to look at someone and say, dang, babe, like you used to. So because of that, that's what makes it sometimes in relationships and in a marriage, make it feel like that something has shifted. And now it's not just about you being tired. It seems that it's about, like, there's an issue or something that's hovering that is causing you to be tired more so than you have to be if we would just discuss the issue. And I'm starting to sense that issue is the fact that I don't have a job and that you're the sole provider of me.
You see how this is
that's what I keep hearing.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
I'll let you. You just had about 10 minutes of camera time.
I can't with
you just had about 10 minutes of the camera was shot on you.
Chime in to let me know if that's what you heard.
So now that I want to speak here, now it's just, she just, I mean, it's okay. But again, this is why I wanted to have this conversation today, because that's her perspective. Right. And I respect that.
That is my perspective.
I respect your perspective. But I just want you to listen at what it is.
Okay. I heard.
Because, wait a minute. Hold on. Silence. Silence while the king is talking, okay?
Kim, say, what are we talking about?
Well, Kim, lately, like I said, Kim, because I work with your husband. And he happened to have got it where he can take off on Saturdays. I'm not there yet, but I will be there soon.
Yes, you will.
I will be there soon,
especially
because the Lord is about to open up a big door where I will be able to come in when I want to. But until then, that's why I'm working to this point. So I work 7 days a week. Yeah, I'm at church on Sundays because I'm a musician. I'm the musician at the church, and then we're actually starting our own ministry. So our Sundays are tied up, Saturdays are tied up. So honestly, lately, I haven't really been able to. And the time that I do get to spend with her is I'm exhausted. So we got to the point where I said to her, babe, I'm just tired. I just been tired lately. And, so that's where we are. Yeah, I want to bring up another one.
Why you keep bringing them all up?
Because you said you'd follow my lead.
Oh, okay, I did. So I'm going to let you have that one.
Okay, so check this out. Here's the situation, right? Here's the situation. This is a great situation.
What is it?
So my wife's love language is quality time.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's quality time.
Right.
It is. She likes quality. She don't just like quality time. She likes a lot of time.
That's not the truth.
Okay, well, she likes quality.
When I get time, I need it to be quality.
Let me. You can correct me when I'm done. Let me get through the situation here. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What did Robin say?
Robin says, revisit the things, activities, and intimacies that made both, if both of you feel most alive and not just existing. Just sounds like you need to rekindle the spark.
Thank you, Robin.
Well, Robin, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish saying. I'll address you in a minute, Robin,
yes,
because he on one.
Thank you. Self-care. My self-care is with her care.
What do you mean by that?
It's Alma care. You know what I'm saying? So I have not really, like, the only time I really unwind to myself, Because if I'm about to get to that. Here we go. Because here
Wait
you go.
a minute.
I'm about to bring that situation up.
I know that
so
you said.
Here we go. So here's the situation.
You can't keep doing that. You can't keep hitting body shots.
I'm not hitting body shots.
Oh yes, you are, brother.
You called me hitting it. See,
you hitting body shots.
That's what
my
you
self care is Alma care. I would speak.
I don't
to
have
that,
a self care.
I
don't.
Not. I would
because you get all of my time. So check this out. Here's the situation.
In a parallel world.
Here's the situation. Okay, so my wife likes quality time, right?
Right.
So if I worked all day and she comes in, she wants me to watch TV with her or a movie with her. Now, I don't mind watching a movie, but I don't want it to be a slowful Disney movie or the animated stuff that's going to put me to sleep. But also, she watches HGTV. That is, I think that she should be on the show as much as she watch it. She watches HTD. I get the alphabet TV that do the houses, whatever you call it. She watches that TV. But the thing is, again, I have to watch something, and I told her, I said, listen, put it on something that we both can watch, or something that's gonna keep me up. I want to know, what did you hear when I said that? Did you hear that I say?
I can't answer these questions.
Why not?
Because this is not reality, Jesse. Pastor J, this is not our reality.
What is it?
And this is why we have to do What Did You Hear Me Say? Because I don't
that's
know.
why. Thank you.
No, sir, absolutely not. Because I am going to keep this thing a buck.
Come
no,
on.
sir.
Come on,
now,
evangelist.
Now,
lady free.
This is Shift Real Talk.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go back to Robin's comment, because usually when a person has a comment, we answer. So Robin, you said it looks like we need to rekindle the spark. I would say that the spark is still there. It's just that right now there's still a spark, but it's just that it seems like right now there's a looming issue, and that's my perspective. I have that. I have a right to have that
your perspective is.
It seems like there's a looming issue.
That's what it's doing to the fire.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, the fire ain't that hot because you keep having your perspective that. You know how to sound when you the ocean.
I'm so interested in okay. Yeah, I think no, you didn't lose us. We still on. Kim said, did she lose us?
No.
Okay. So that being said, now
okay, wait a minute before you say that, Kim, how did you deal with Mr. Scott's busyness at the shop? Did he ever come home being so busy and so tired that he couldn't give you a hug? And it wasn't that he didn't want to give you a hug, he just was tired. How did you deal with that? Did you get like my wife? I lost my friend. Oh my God, he's gone.
Okay, let's not. So let's say this, because let's say this. No, sir.
He's gone. Not. He's not here no more.
We're not gonna do that because we're not gonna do that, because one thing we say to everybody, and this is what we live by in our relationship, is that your partner should be your best friend. If I know that that's been our relationship the whole entire time, if I know that there's certain things we've gone through, we've been through some tragic things in our marriage, and as far as like when we lost the baby, we've been through things where we had death in the family and all kinds of stuff, and we still were there for each other through it all. Now, when you see a dramatic change from the fact that I had that person I could talk to, this show was derived from the fact that we talked so much and the conversation was so good that we was like, we need to do it live, because that's how real we talk. You can't take that away and then have that little condescending, well, my best friend, he's gone. No, you should be happy that I still consider and desire that relationship from you. That's number one. Number two, the consideration. Yes, we keeping it real. The consideration that you should have for the person that you're with. It's not about the fact that I watch a slow movie or animated movie or whatever. It's the fact that when we finally do get the quality time, and you say we're gonna watch the movie, because I do respect the fact that you work a lot and you're tired. When you finally do get that quality time, it should not be where, if it's a movie that I like, first of all, I could ask you what's my genre, because if it's a movie that I like, and I'm saying, babe, and I've been waiting, babe, you want to watch this movie with me? And you say, yeah. And then when you come in, you say, I don't want to watch that. And it's always what you want to watch. Then, okay, I don't have no problem, because the fact is we're spending that time together. And all the movies are good movies. But sometimes it would be nice to watch a movie that I want to watch with you.
So you didn't hear nothing? What did you hear?
Obviously, you didn't hear anything I just said.
Yes, I did, babe. I did.
So this is the reason why. Yeah, this is the reason why I feel like sometimes when you get to a certain point, then for me, it becomes like, because if I'm telling you I miss my friend, if I'm telling you certain things, like the consideration that you once had, it's almost like that consideration is dwindled a bit, then that shouldn't be something to be made a joke of. There should be something to say, dang, this is bothering my wife. Let's talk about this and make that thing pop. That's what it should be. So that's
you got a scenario
I'm going with it.
You got a scenario?
What does that mean?
I mean, because the topic of today's show is
to come up with our.
Yeah. What did you hear?
I'm following your lead. Go ahead. I'm following your lead. Because
you're not telling me what you heard. You're just going by telling me what. And I'm trying to. I think she's upset with me, y'all.
I am. I am. I'm upset because I don't think that you're listening.
Baby, this is a conversation.
Yeah, but you're not listening.
I am listening. You said, but again, I told you I respect your feelings,
and
I respect.
Okay,
I do.
All right. So the bottom line is, what did I hear when you said you
don't
want to listen to? I said I couldn't answer that question the way you said it, because that's not our reality. And so at the end of the day, the reality is, every now and again, it would be nice if you watch a movie I like to watch, instead of it always having to be what you like to watch based on how you feel. That's the answer.
Okay, so let me give you another scenario. Okay. Let's go to the next scenario.
Keep it real, let's go.
Let's go to another scenario.
All right.
You got a young man, right? Mm-hmm. And his mama told him that boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. You're supposed to be tough. So she raised this guy to be tough, almost emotionless. Okay. So you get with this guy, right? And to him, he's scared to show you an emotion that you really trying to get, because you really kind of see beyond the phony toughness, because you are a woman. You know what I'm saying? So you see this guy really not that tough. Mm. So he says to you, well, I don't feel comfortable with giving you that side of me, that emotional side, because why? Just let's go from there. He just don't feel comfortable giving you that emotional side of him. What did you hear? But he did tell you now that his mama said, boys don't cry. Boys ain't supposed to cry. They're supposed to be tough at all times. So here's a situation. Okay, let me go deep in the situation. Here's a situation where his friend, he lost his best friend. His best friend got killed, and he was still like this tough dude. And he was bothered, and all he did was talk about it. All he did was like, man, my God's gone. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? But he's being tough. Mm-hmm. How would you take him being tough instead of really showing that emotional side in front of you?
Is this somebody I'm in a relationship with, or just somebody?
Yeah, you're in a relationship with this person.
How would I take that person?
Yeah, what would you hear him telling you? I just don't feel comfortable showing you that side of me.
All I heard was, this is something I'm not used to sharing.
He is not in touch with his own feelings. Yes. Well, that's good. Come on. What did you hear?
I heard that I'm not comfortable sharing my weakness.
Yes.
That's all I heard.
Most of the time when there is, and I think a lot of times we miss this as women, it's important to understand how men were raised. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a level of balance that always have to be imparted. You know, and most of the time, especially when there's just a woman raising a man, the woman puts in this man what she believes is going to make him a man. And that's that tough thing. You got to be tough. You got to be tough because men are tough. But men are responsible. Men are keepers of their word. There's so many other things that make a man as opposed to being tough. So we miss those other qualities that need to be installed in this man because we're busy teaching him to be tough. But it's true. He's not in touch with his feelings, but also there's certain other things he don't know about himself. See, he don't even know that he can express himself without something being wrong with it. Because now you have to be this tough man to hide from how you really feel. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Robin did a comment on the previous situation. She said we should be able to have those hard conversations and not take it personal or feel away because your partner feels like there are some needs not being met. How do we process the place our partner is in and together figure out how to bring the partner to a place where they feel fulfilled? That is the
that's amazing, Robin.
That's the thing, Robin. And even like in any relationship, like even sometimes when Jesse and I are having our tough discussions in our tough situations, I feel like it's important for both people to hear each other's heart. And I say this all the time, and I believe it. I'm true to this. And my husband he has been that tough guy, and he has been that guy that has had to be vulnerable in front of me. And when he comes to me with things that he have issues with, then I try to make sure that together, because that's the whole thing, we can come up with a solution to the problem. But when both people are not listening, or when one person is listening and the other person don't seem to be receiving it, or vice versa, then that's what makes it tough. And that's why I said this is new for us, because in the situation we're in right now, it's almost as if we hear each other and we know the right tools. So this is for any marriage. When you hear each other and you know the right tools and you know the things that you need to say and things you need to do, sometimes you got to go through the process of putting all the little stuff in motion that you need to put in. But at the end of the day, I feel like that we have chosen to be honest and true to what we feel about it, and to not, I guess, to do the relationship some justice and say something. Well, even if it's not comfortable, I'm going to say what I have to say, and he's going to say what he have to say. And at some point, even if we don't get resolved in that moment, resolve will come.
One thing me and my wife do is we have those tough conversations. That's pretty much why we're able to even come on here and discuss it. I mean, because we've mastered talking about the tough things that we need to talk about. And the thing is that is what happens is that there's still a level of feeling that we try to impart onto one or push onto one another.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, to be heard, you got to listen. And to be understood, you have to understand. So you have to really.
That's true.
And this is why we're having this topic tonight, because that's what happens a lot of times. Because when you have those tough conversations, one thing I had to learn to do with my wife was listen to her. I listen to her, you know. And
you?
Yeah, I really do.
So tell me something.
And hold on, let me finish.
Because I'm interested.
I listen to you, and I listen to your feelings. But the thing is, a lot of times, this is where we go wrong. A lot of times, how you feel, definitely, and that's why I say I respect how you feel. But when it comes to two people, you have to give what you feel, but you also have to understand what you're feeling may not be what the other person is betraying off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's so important to not just talk to be heard, but talk to be to listen, so that you can understand where the other person's mindset is. So the thing is, so your feelings will be met if you are understood and you understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a give and there's a take. So a lot of times, and one thing that I had to learn to do is just give more, give more, give more, give more, give more.
Right.
Even in the midst of that, but again, there's a level of
and see the thing with that too is, I feel like that those times and there are times when I can't get through, and I feel like that what he's hearing, even if I'm saying that's not what it is, or what are you talking about, where are you coming from, when I can't get through, then I leave it right there, because I've said what I had to say. And same with, he does the same thing to me. And then I'm just like, okay, God, you see that situation right there and how that worked out. We didn't come to no resolve. We didn't work that out good. So help us to understand where we went wrong so we can fix it. Because the whole purpose is, in the end, our desire is that we would not allow this to be a lingering issue. Because a lot of marriages break up because the issue lingers. And Kim, I'm going to say what you said. Kim says, we have to express the way we feel in the relationship. I agree. It's not fair, all caps, that I hold back and not be honest and let you know how I feel, and vice versa. It isn't. So when you're in a relationship, you have to know that that person may or may not be good with how you feel. That person may or may not feel some way about themselves, and because they feel some way inside, they don't really receive what you're saying.
But see, what I believe is going to being fair is, you got to understand that that's how you feel, and how you feel may not be how I feel.
That's true.
Even though I need to hear how you feel, but where we go wrong is we force how we feel onto the other person, and that's what we have to deal with, how you feel, and not deal with or come down the straight street to deal with the situation.
I think
because if we don't come to deal with the situation, then we're dealing with a bunch of this feeling over here and this feeling over here and this feeling over here, and instead of coming down, okay, well, listen, this is the issue here. The issue is I feel like whatever the case is, and the issue with me is, well, that's not how I feel, because that's not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time, though, this is just what I'm getting from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do a whole bunch of feeling. I feel like you did. I feel like you made me feel. I wasn't raised to feel, to come out with, well, this is how I feel. I talk about the facts. Lately, you have been we haven't been talking a lot. We haven't been able to, we barely laugh anymore like how we used to. It's like, where is my best friend? That's not, I feel this, that is a fact. So I don't really deal in feelings like that. I receive the feelings because you are a feeling guy. I feel like you're that guy. So I understand, and I take your feelings into consideration. But when it comes down to me, am I correct? I talk about what I see, what is actually going on. And I also, because my desire is not to have that mundane relationship as I get older, I owe it to the relationship and the health of the relationship you and I have to be honest and say, this is what's going on. This is what I've noticed. Tell me what's going on. What you feeling like? What's good? And then if you feel like I'm coming at you because of something you already feeling about yourself, and you say, well, the reason why I'm not responsive, or the reason why I don't do this like I used to, is because I'm tired. And then I say, okay, but at the same time, you're so tired, but you're getting up and at 9 o'clock at night to go meet some friends to listen to a live band the same night that we are actually having quality time, then that shows me you are not as tired, or if so, people do what they want to do. So you conjured up some energy that night to get up out of the bed, put some clothes on. And even though you asked me to go with you, I was kind of offended that we were finally having that time watching a movie, and you got up because somebody called and wanted, or you called in that little situation got, so that's what I'm talking about. It's not about the fact that I don't care how you feel. That's never me. But the thing is, if you say it, then your actions need to show it. If they don't, then it's going to make me feel as if, okay, now I'm feeling something, because it's like, okay, he said he's tired, but he just got up and put some clothes on and, met some friends and, okay.
That's what you heard, but not realizing that. I think it has to come to the point where holding down the foundation, you know what I'm saying? Just holding down a foundation is you got to be strong to do that. Mentally strong, physically strong. So being tired, when I said I'm tired, it ain't just physically tired.
Right.
It's emotionally tired.
Said that.
It's emotionally
mentally,
tired. It's mentally draining.
Right.
It's because it's like, gotta take care of this. Gotta take care of that. Gotta do this. Gotta be here to do that. Gotta take care of this. And with this pressure being on me so much, and so it's tiring. So sometimes when you like, and I don't think a lot of time, and it may be real innocent, but just even the fact that for it to be the pressure of now having to fulfill what you're feeling at the time can add a little bit to that tiredness. Like, okay, it can be pressure, because it's like you want to make sure that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, on top of what's going through your mind, instead of just really. I just believe we have to really come to the point of just really understanding each other, or understanding,
and that's all. Yeah.
And understanding each other and saying, okay, look, I know, even if there's being said, because if it's being said, it ain't nothing filtered about it. So if it's being said, okay,
right.
and it may be just something, just a little massage, and I know you do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you don't, but just understand that, especially if I say I'm tired. It's a lot that comes.
So
with that.
mind you, and I'm holding your hand because I just feel like that's something that's needed. Mind you, when we was discussing over brunch. We wasn't discussing at a time that you were tired. So it's not that the conversation, when a woman comes to you with the conversation, I'm gonna speak for me. When I come to you with my conversation, it's not at a time. I don't do the thing of, no, we need to talk now when you're tired. That's not it. The thing of it is, while we were over brunch, the next day we discussed it, and you expressed to me how you were feeling about it. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I feel that when we discuss, it's not a discussion so that it has to put more pressure on you, because it's not a knockdown, drag out, disrespectful. It's just two people having a discussion about things that we feel like needs to be addressed in the relationship, so they won't go unaddressed. Because if they go unaddressed too long, it becomes a big issue. And I'm not here for big issues.
I like what Robin said. She said, would it be safe to say the facts of what is going on makes you feel? Yes, it's safe to say that makes you, but again, everybody has their own perspective on the issue.
Right.
So what we do is we bring our feelings into what's going on, and you're entitled to feel how you feel. But remember, that's how you feel.
But in a relationship,
and how you feel may not be how I feel.
That's true. But in a relationship, if you tell me you feel a certain way about something I did, and I probably don't even realize that I did that to affect you in that way, then what I should do is consider your feelings and say, okay, dang, was I doing that? Maybe I didn't realize I was doing that. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Because I know for a fact that when you and I first got married, around those few years of our marriage, when I prided myself, and I would tell people this, whenever I told you there was something that was going on that was causing a rift in our marriage, you would not do it again. You took it into consideration, and it was just done. And I took that note from you. So then after a while, if you were to tell me something, I would be like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that was going on, and it was done. So therefore, it's not that you can't do it. And it's not that it was, because you, as long as I've known you, when I was dating, you had more stress on you then than you have now. And I stayed, and we suffered through some things, and I was that friend to you regardless.
Then and now, stress to me from dealing then to now to still be dealing with stress. I mean, we're gonna probably deal with it.
People deal with stress their whole life.
I know, but to get after a while, it does become draining,
and I can
it does
respect
become
that.
tiring, and
I can respect that. You're absolutely correct.
So at a certain level or a certain point of going through stress or going through certain things that you really have to take care of, because again, the weight is on the man's shoulders.
Right.
The weight is on the man's shoulders. If the marriage doesn't work out, guess who God comes to? He comes to the man. That's a whole nother responsibility.
Well, there's a whole, but at the
when
same,
Eve ate of that fruit, he didn't go to Eve.
Adam.
He went to Adam.
Oh yeah, he went to right.
He went to
right.
Adam. He said Adam. He went to Adam.
Right.
So the responsibility for the man is great.
So shouldn't that be the reason why the man, when he hears his wife say certain things that that she notices? Because like you said, we've always done this too. If I'm not going to fight you, I'm going to fight what's fighting us. So if my back is towards your back and your back is toward my back, now I can see everything that's fighting us on this end, and you can see everything that's fighting, so we'll never be blindsided. And I feel like a part of not being blindsided is that we open our mouth and be honest with the person we say that we love and that we're closest to about some things that we notice that's going on.
Let me help y'all out with all these feelings. now, I'm saying it jokingly, but I'm serious. Let me say something what works, what really works, because a lot of times if I keep bringing her how I feel, at some point I gotta change my posture to really get the result of getting my feelings met, because if I'm coming to her with how I'm feeling all the time, then somewhere down the line there's a void that I'm asking her to fill. So I really believe if we change our posture and tell God how we feel,
right?
And tell God
that's very
if we
necessary.
tell God how we feel. Listen, God, I feel neglected, or God, I feel like he was ignorant or ignored how I felt. I got this, and I promise you, sometimes if we do that first, then doing that will give us actually what we need to do going here to get exactly what we need.
But at the same time, we're still humans.
I'm not saying we're not.
A natural side. We do go
that.
to God. That is pertinent information. You have to go to him so he can give you clarity. But at the same time,
and he can give you fulfillment.
That's true. But at the same time, when two people are in, that's what I consider a relationship. When two people relate to one another, how you feel, you may be growing in a whole nother area I don't know about, and now I have to kind of shift with the growth that you're going through. Women, we go through menopause at a certain point, so then you have to shift with that. You know, we always gonna be growing and getting to know each other even better all the time. So if we never come to each other with communication, and I'm talking about adult communication, I'm not talking about fighting and all of that. I'm talking about I don't believe that it should have to get to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of this. If ever I get to that point, I know me.
And I guess I say that because, again, when you come with a feeling, that means that there's a need to be met. And sometimes when you go into a situation with the person that you're in relationship with a need being met in the middle of a level of emotional exhaustion, then what you're doing is now you're adding to the exhaustion. But again, like I said, if you change your posture and ask God to meet this need, then when you go to the person, you may not even go with wanting your need to be met. You may go with the mindset to meet a need, and then when you go with that, then you'll automatically get whatever need or whatever you're feeling. You get that taken care of because you went and got your need taken care of.
Yes,
you got on your knees because He said He will supply all of your needs.
Right, and on the flip side of that coin, like Kim says here, she says, see, I would go to God first only to ask him how to come to you in the right way. So on the flip
side,
thing. No, that's not. Because on the flip side of you going to God and he meeting the need, he uses people to meet needs. So if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm going to go to God, yes, like Kim says, to ask God, how do I come to you? But I will come to you because we're two people who are going to be in each other's lives and around each other to death do us part. And some people call death emotional death, and some people say it's this kind. No, I'm talking about physical death. When you die and take your last breath, that's when we're done. When I die and take my last breath, that's when we're done, because we have a covenant agreement with God. This ain't no contract. So what I'm saying is there should always be room for the person that you're in a relationship with, i.e. me or you, to come to you with feelings, to come to you with issues, to come to you when you're hurt, to come to you when you feel like you want to be vulnerable and not always have to be the tough guy. Because that way you give me the opportunity to grow. Because now I'm hearing a concern you have about me, and I'm saying, okay, that's an area for me to grow, because I'm always looking for that. I need to make sure I'm never stagnant in who I am. But you also have to be open to hear someone say, well, this right here is an issue I feel like we need to work on. Because lately, there has not been that connection. And that's what a relationship is, connection. If you're tired, and that's the reason why, I can respect that.
And that goes back to what I said.
About how we can work this out.
It goes back to what I said,
because
that means there is a disconnect.
Right.
So if there's a disconnect here, then we have to connect back to the person
and then,
who can connect us back together.
But
so at the end of the day, because we gotta go. The time is drawn now.
I know, but you cut into what
I know,
was
but
saying.
the time is drawn now. We gotta go.
Yeah, you cut into what I was saying. You can't
The time is drawn now.
See how he do?
The time is drawn now. It's drawn nay. But we really have to do that, y'all. We have to go, because again, like I said, there is a disconnect, and we gotta go back to the one who can connect us back together and give us the tools and give us what we need to go to that person in the spirit of love and not the spirit of feeling.
Absolutely.
Because again, like I said,
that's the ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal, so that we can get our feelings out of it,
and
get God cover those feelings or heal those needs, so that now we can go how we need to go, and in the right way to get the response and to get what we need back, because we done really consulted with God how to go to that person.
And that means that when two come together, God is in the midst. That means we both have an idea of, I want to make this thing work. I want to make some resolve if we have an issue, and we do.
That's what that scripture means. That
I know, and we do have issues. Like any other marriage, sometimes I feel like in the world we live in today, everybody tries to mask it. But y'all listen, sometimes you have to go to your spouse. You have to go to the person you're in a relationship with and say, we need to talk. Like, what did you hear me say? So we can come to some kind of understanding. Because communication is the key to any healthy, lasting relationship.
Listen, y'all, we really want y'all to tune in with us next week. We got a guest coming. We got a guest coming on who is literally inside of the prison.
Are we doing that next week?
Yes.
Okay.
He's inside of the prison. He is inside, and he's been sentenced to
3 consecutive life sentences.
3 consecutive life sentences. Plus 20 years.
Yeah.
And this young man has a story, and he is so God-centered now.
My goodness.
Until, like, I really want you guys to hear what he has to say now.
Right.
And so we're gonna bring him on. His name is Robert Bell, and we're gonna bring him on next week's show. So listen, y'all. We thank y'all for coming in. I'm getting ready to go, so me and my wife can make up.
We're gonna talk first before we make up.
We're gonna make up. We're gonna talk while we making up.
We need to discuss.
We're gonna talk while we're making up.
Well, either that or But yeah, so listen. As always, we are so excited that we have been given this platform to real talk about relationships, love, and life, and then give the truth behind it all, because relationships are real. Okay?
And so are issues.
We have a real relationship. So until next Tuesday, as always, I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm your boy, Pastor J.
Thank you for joining.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.